Hello, my name is Arkady Chumakov. You are now watching third part of complete DUIK 15 overview, and today I'm gonna tell you about Animation tab. Feel free to make your donation via PayPal. Collected money will cover next part translation. I'm not so great in English as you see, and I think it will be great to make really professional translation and voiceover for my videos. By the way, you can find bunch of great videos covering unique topics about After Effects, default effects explaining for instance, but all these videos in Russian, and your donation will give me possibility to translate all of them. First part explains DUIK tab, how to use all these awesome buttons, and the second part is about automation. Today we will go ahead and take a brief look at Animation tab, keyframes, cell animation, all that stuff. At the top of the panel you can see default After Effects keyframe icons. Thanks to DUIK, because all these buttons activate animation for bunch of selected layers or keyframes at once. I'll demonstrate you how it works on single layer. I got simple start animation. Let's go ahead, select keyframes and press that diamond icon that represents linear animation. Nothing special at all. I'll open Graph Editor to demonstrate difference between all these types of keyframes. I'll go ahead and apply Easy In, and as you see, the speed curve has changed. We will get this same result, but with reversed curve when I apply Ease Out. Fifth button represents Easy Ease mode, activating by pressing F9 key. Next button called Auto Bezier, and what it does is smoothing speed change between keyframes in case like that. Let's say we got easing on first and third keyframes, but linear interpolation at second ones. You see that the speed graph animation curve has that gap, and animation is not that smooth. By clicking around icon we apply Auto Bezier mode, and that's it. Now animation speed curve looks pretty continuous. The last icon toggles Hold mode for keyframes. First icon is for roving mode. When you need to spread speed changing between two key points, you can select keyframes in between and press that little dot icon. Now their speed depends on two key keyframes. The advantage of DUIK is that you can choose from animation presets, and when I apply it, you see what happened.
Жмем пресет и получаем.
Let's go ahead and click on keyframe holding Alt key. In the pop-up window, you can adjust either speed or influence, and we got these values. Okay, the first slider adjusts influence, while second one changes speed. Let's type in 1000 for influence and 90 for speed. The lock button changes in and out values simultaneously. Let's check if it works. It is. There's a slider limit of 1000, but you can type any value you want. Let's say 9000. We can change them independently and make that dramatic speed change. In order to save our preset, I will check List and press plus button. The new preset appears in the top of list. I will go ahead, select keyframes and apply new preset. Looks great. Let's discover the Get button. I will duplicate this layer and set keyframes to 8080 by choosing preset from list. The second layer's keyframes will be set to 5050. When I press Get with second layer selected, script reads speed values and saves it in memory. And now, when I get values from that layer and press Set, it sets keyframes settings according to saved data.
Видите, они стали двигаться одновременно.
Spatial interpolation section buttons allows you to set keyframes interpolation to linear or Bezier modes.
Сейчас мы, как видим, она у нас Bezier изогнутая.
All these functions are built in, and DUIK just visualized them. You can gain access to these functions by selecting keyframes and pressing Ctrl-Alt+Key buttons.
И здесь можно менять настройки пространства интерполяции и самих кейфреймов. Едем дальше.
In the last section, we see some miscellaneous tools that helps animators do their work. Let's see what Morpher button does. That's a very great feature that allows you to change animation timing for several layers at once.
Для примера, например, у нас есть вот такая звездочка.
Let's say there is a green star and red square scaling up and down, just like a frog.
У нас, допустим, туда-сюда надувается и раздувается. Такая простенькая анимация.
I'll go ahead and press Morpher icon, and here we go. An effect applied, just one effect that can change all animation timing by simple slider dragging. If I expand keyframes, you will see there are a bunch of keyframes, one keyframe for each timing change. You can delete them at all, by the way. And animate only start and end points. It's a kind of time remapping for several layers.
Что-то вроде тайм-ремапа, только для нескольких слоев и эффектов.
Copy-paste animation does exactly what its name says.
Здесь у нас есть некая анимация, выделяем слои.
I'll go ahead and copy that animation with all layers selected and press paste into another precomp. It returns me an error because I forgot to select layers.
Нужно было выделить слои.
There's an interesting detail. DUIK uses layer names by default. What does it mean? We see their current layers names. If I rename one of those layers to, let's say, 6 and try to paste copied animation, script will return me an error. I found a little bit handy option in Animation Settings drop-down menu. You can choose one of options that corresponds your workflow. I select Use Selection Order. I'll go ahead and select layer holding Shift key, and DUIK will paste them in the same order. Notice that DUIK do not use operating system buffer. It saves data in its own place. The next tool, called Cell Animation, and is using to create frame-by-frame classic animations. I'll create new composition and push New Cell button. New layer with paint effect appears in the composition panel. I'll go ahead and double-click on that layer and paint something with brush tool, a smile face, let's say. Now press arrow button and you see onion skin effect appears that allows me to paint next frame based on previous one. I will paint transition between smile and sad face. Be sure to paint in the layer window, for there's no way to paint directly in the composition window. Let's preview animation. You can adjust onion skin transition time by changing frames number in that window. Copy and paste onion skin allows you to apply current settings to another layer. You can make all animation in just one layer using single layer option. Controllers button opens Controllers menu. Check out for link in the description below. Import rig in comp. I'll create very basic character rig using DUIK tools. Let's name it Antoshka. We'll copy that rig and paste it in another composition. I will do it off-screen. Here we go. Antoshka doesn't want to be there all alone, so let's give him a friend. I'll rename composition with Antoshka name and create a new composition by pressing Import Rig button.
И делаем сюда
You should select reference composition rig from the drop-down menu. I'll choose Antoshka composition, of course. Let's name copy of that rig with Ivashka name and press import. This is very similar to what true duplicate script does.
мы сделали только что, но внутри этой композиции.
Let's select Antoshka composition, fire up TrueComp duplicator script via RD script launcher menu and press duplicate. You will get the same result in both cases.
Скрипта TrueComp duplicator. Если нажать здесь, если вот мы, допустим, Антошку duplicate нажмем, то он создаст новую
Duplicate button creates exact copy of selected composition.
И в ней будет точно такой же зариганный персонаж.
That's all for now. See you next time.